Hi guys, and welcome to a new video. This is a Apple clone watch. So it looks a bit like an Apple Watch because it's got the correct knob position and the correct second button position. The microphone's there's nothing on the other side. And the strap looks similar to an Apple strap. So if people didn't know what they were looking at, you're more likely to think that it is a real Apple Watch. It's obviously not though, but that isn't a button, it's actually a charging port. So as we can see there, that's the USB cable that fits with it. So let's just see if I can get some let it focus. If it wants to, maybe not. There we go, so that's one end, which is the micro. That goes into the watch, and then the other end is a USB, just a standard USB from a computer. So that's what goes into your computer and charges the watch. So it just fits in there. So it's pretending to be an Apple Watch by having the charging port on this side. So it just goes that way in. That's what it looks like. So it's not the watch they call a GT08. This is actually a different watch because they've changed the position. The difference between this and a GT08 is that knob moves to the middle on the GT08. And then that charging port is on the other side, and then there's holes down the bottom there that are for the microphone basically and the speaker. So there, if you look on the other side, there's the microphone, that's the charging port, and that's the button. The speaker port is on the back. So it's quite a flexible strap, and it's more like a classic Apple strap to again try and trick people into thinking it's a real one. So for me, this strap isn't the best quality strap because of the fact that it interlaces back in and it rubs against my wrist. So that's the close-up of it. It looks quite a nice watch. There's also, I don't know if you can see in there, let me just give you some reflection. So at the top there is a camera, which is at the bottom. Wearing it on your left wrist, you get the camera is forward facing towards you. So let's have a look in the back. So the cover just comes off in that with that cutout section there. So it only goes on one way. So it marries up with the speaker port there, with those slots there. So that's the battery. So let's just turn it off. Power off. Yes. So that's just powering off at the moment. So let's take the battery out. So let's have a look close up of the information on it first. See if it will zoom in. Come on. 3.7 voltage. 380 milliamp hours. Charging 4.2 volts. Production date 2016 in the 10th. There's the IMEI number on the back there. So there's your. So basically, it's the same inside as a DZ09. So that's where your SD card goes, your micro SD card, and that's where your SIM goes. So you can make this a mobile phone as well. And if you ever need to change the strap, you need to use those 4 screws there. One there, one there, one under that sticker, and another one under that sticker. So the size of these screws is tiny. As you can see, I think that's the closest screwdriver I can find in my collection. So that is a Phillips. PH00 screwdriver. Let's give it something to focus on. There we go. So that's a Phillips PH00 screwdriver, and that's what the tip looks like. See if it'll focus in on that. It's really struggling. So you'll see the tip of the screwdriver is tapered to a point. Just give you a rough spin it round so you can see it easier. So that's the screwdriver you use to remove this. Obviously you need another strap to put in its place because it's quite a unique design, this. So let's put that battery back in. The battery only goes in one way. Those three contacts at the top there. So I have other videos of other watches, and basically there's one called a DZ09, and it seems to me that this is a very similar operating system and a similar watch, but just designed, so obviously this just clips straight back in, designed to look like an Apple Watch, basically, to the people that don't know what they're looking at. So that connects down, that pushes down on both sides, so that's that done. So yeah, basically this is a clone of an Apple Watch. It's not a GT08. I will be getting a GT08 in the future, so I'll be doing a video of that. So I think that one looks a nicer watch compared to this one, although this one looks as close as you can get to an Apple Watch. So let's just do this strap up so it's out of the way. So that's the screen. So let's just go ahead and switch it on. So it vibrates and then runs through its operating startup procedure, so it's ready to use straight away, so that's seconds it takes to go. But what I've got is I've done a video of this watch, which is called a DZ09. I actually have these videos already uploaded to my channel, so if you want to go and have a look at a DZ09, this is the better watch I've used so far, and I've used this for 3 months, and I've done a review of it. This one also has a camera. I've used it for 3 months, that's why it's got discoloration on it, and the problem is with the other one, that'll go exactly the same with a white band. That's what it was before, and that's what it was after 3 months of use, so it's quite a lot of difference. So if you want one, make sure you get a darker colour unless you want it to look like this in a couple of months. So I've been using this for 3 months. I've just done a video, of unboxing video, and a 3-month use review video. And I think for the price, this one is the better of the two. It's not been adapted like this one with different buttons and stuff like that to make it look like an Apple Watch. It's a standalone DZ09 basically, so that's virtually the same inside, and the software is a little bit different to make it look more like a normal watch as opposed to this one. So that's the DZ09 there. I think that's the better watch of the two. The strap's a bit better, just a normal strap. It doesn't need to look like an Apple product, so it just is a standalone watch. So that's that done. So let's go ahead and look a bit closer into this. So let's just stick that there. So I paid for that DZ09 £9.19 from China, and this one was £11.31 from China. So it was a new smart wristwatch, Bluetooth, waterproof, GSM phone for Android, Samsung, iPhone. So I paid £11.31 from that seller, and I purchased it from China, which took about 4 to 6 weeks to arrive from China. So it's a little bit more expensive than the DZ09, and I would say it's a better watch. The DZ09 is a better watch than this one. So let's go ahead and look at the so it's basically the same as the Android on the start screen. Let's just start this one up. Obviously this one doesn't take very long at all, same as this, so they're basically the same. There's not a lot of difference there. So let's just start this one up. So that's the watch faces that you can get. You just tap the screen and it goes through them. So whichever one you want, that one, you just leave it, turn the screen off, turn it back on, and then long press gets you to the menu. So you go the menu, so it looks more like an Apple Watch, not exactly like it obviously, and then you just, every time you take the battery out and put it back in, you have to reset the time basically. So that's the apps that are available on it. It may well be affecting the camera. It looks a bit funny. There's some kind of the graphics aren't as good as they could be on it basically. So that's what's available on it. So let's go look at the settings. Phone settings, set time and date, schedule, language, backlight time settings. Backlight time settings. So let's just put that up to 5 minutes for now, so it doesn't keep turning off. Backlight time settings, 5 minutes. An LCD backlight is at 5, so that's as high as it's going to get. So you set time and date there. It has a roller design with this, which is different from the DZ09. You actually have to tap buttons, so this is a lot better system. This is about the only better thing on this watch. So schedule power on and off, language, backlight time settings, flight mode. So normal mode and flight mode. Flight mode is when you're on a flight, and normal mode is where you can put a SIM in and then use it as a phone. So LCD backlight, back. So phone settings, profiles, there's a silent and a general, and I've only used both of them. So the general gives you sounds and silent gives you just a vibration on an alert. So let's go settings, profile, security settings, connectivity. So back, let's go and go to menu. So the clock can be adjusted in the center. There's Bluetooth music, which needs the BT music notification. You need the Bluetooth notification app. So that's the QR code. If you want to try this QR code and see what it links to, you're more than welcome. It won't necessarily work correctly with your watch, because some of these watches come with specific QR codes just to make the maximum functionality for the watch. So let's go back. So menu. That was a QR code. Then that was messaging. Missed calls, call history. So let's just do this with the pen. See. So Bluetooth, back. That's the music, BT music, that connects via your phone. So you need the BT notification app for that one. Then there's Bluetooth, then the QR code. Let's get back out of that. Then there's messaging. Then there's call history. Then there's looking for phone. You need the BT notification app for that. Obviously use the QR code. Then the calendar. Bluetooth. So that's that done. So let's scroll to the next one. So that one is memory card. You need the memory card inserted. Then you go insert SIM. I don't know what that one is, but that's a Facebook. It doesn't go to Facebook, it goes to a search. It goes to a search sequence basically, so you can search in Facebook, but I would just go on your main phone. There's Twitter. And if you just leave it, it just comes back on. And then WhatsApp, so you need SIM inserted for all those three to access that. Then that's pictures. So this now is the camera. So it's not very good camera. Obviously it's front facing. This is the camera on the watch. So you can see my hand obviously. It's just a standard VGA camera, so not fantastic. So let's come back out of that. Let's go menu. Let's move it over. So that was That was camera. That was camera. So that's back. Menu. Camera. Now that's recording voice. And that's playing music on your watch. It is incredibly sensitive, this. So that's that one done. So that one is a pedometer, I think. Yep, back. Anti-lost. So that will tell you where your phone is, and it will also let your phone tell you where your watch is. It should do anyway. That's anti-lost, back. Remote notifier, back. So that's the sedentary reminder there, so to remind you not to sit down for too long. And that then is remote capture, so it works with your smartphone and takes a picture as a remote shutter, basically. So it will watch what your camera sees and it'll take a picture from your watch. So it'll take the picture and you can press the shutter from your watch. So I don't know what that one is. This is a sleep monitor. Back. That's an alarm. Back. So I think that is it. Yeah, so that's it. So the only other thing there is phone calls. So you need a SIM inserted. It is a damn sight easier to use it with a stylus than with your finger. So that didn't do bad, did it? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0. So yeah, it seems to work right with a stylus. This has got no screen protector on it. I think they run better without screen protectors. So hopefully I'll be able to do a review of this of when I've used it for 3 months, and I'll get back to you and see what it, and give you some information of what it was like to wear for 3 months. So that's it basically. So if you want to watch any other videos like my DZ09, then they're available, already uploaded, the DZ09, and when I get the GT08 I'll do a quick unboxing review of that as well. So that's it. Thanks for watching again, and check back soon. Thank you.